Pride Night and MLB. Pride Night still going. Institutions of many kinds sponsor Pride events. Pride. Pride goes before the fall, bitches. Pride is one of those words. The pride in the rainbow, right? All twisted. Pride is one of those words that no longer needs any explanation. Everyone understands that it means pride in being a queer. Or as leftists put it, queer. Of course, there are many people, a large majority, who don't think being gay is cause for public celebration. But most of us all grin and bear it. Should we grin and bear it? Should we still be grinning and bearing this woke shit? I covered this in a fast read a couple years ago about the MLB with the pride crap. And they're still carrying on with this. I remember a few years ago, the Texas Rangers, I think, was the only MLB team. Yeah, it was them. What? Was it last year? A couple years ago? They won the World Series. The Texas Rangers did not go along with the queer crap, and they won the World Series. Remember that? If I remember correctly. So what teams are going to be standing down this time? This is sickening. This is satanic. A few have deeper objections to celebrating the confused gender variety, generally based on religion, of course. You're going to, well, even if you didn't have religion, if you had a moral compass and know what's right and wrong, I mean, it's boy and girl, right? And, you know, there's this and there's, do I have to go through it? That, and that's how you make babies and procreate. You can't have a sword fight. You can't have a meeting of the pancakes and make baby. It doesn't work like that. So even if you didn't have religion, if you had logic, you would know that boy meets girl, girl meets boy, right? But add the religious aspect to it, and that solidifies that all the more. In many cases. This is insane what we're dealing with. So the group that has deep objections to celebrating homosexuality would be Muslims and Christians. Last Friday, the San Francisco Giants, who, by the way, just destroyed the Braves. Braves, you suck. I mean, I'm trying to still cling on, be a big Braves fan, but this past week, seriously, White Sox, Mets, and then at home, the Giants. God had to intervene, or the chemtrails had to intervene and give us a rain out for the third game. Otherwise, methinks we might have been swept today by the Giants. But I digress at any rate. The San Francisco Giants observed their annual Pride event, and players were supposed to wear special rainbow-themed caps. One Giant player refused to wear the Pride Night cap, while three pitchers wrote a Bible verse on the caps. Pitcher Landon Roop wrote on his cap Genesis 9:12-16, right there on his ball cap. Later, he explained that he objected to the appropriation of the rainbow on behalf of queerness. Exactly. Just like pride, pride goes before the fall, all right? Pride's not something to be exalted. When someone says, well, I take pride in my cooking, a chef might be... It doesn't mean arrogance in that respect. It might mean I take stock in what I do. I know that I'm confident in what I do. I take confidence in what I do as a chef, right? That's not the case, or maybe it is the case with the queers. They take confidence that they're queer. In that respect, when with the confused gender variety, when they have pride, it means that they well, let's just say with the confused gender community, it doesn't mean that they have self-respect and dignity, because they don't. They have no dignity. I mean, at all. They have no respect for themselves, much less anyone else. And they have no real achievement or satisfaction. What they have is arrogance and conceit. So, in the context of the word pride, when it concerns a chef, hey, I have pride in my food. Well, I have self-respect and dignity. There's honor in what I'm giving you. There's satisfaction. There's an achievement of sorts. There's an achievement. All right, let's use that word. There's an achievement. All right? With the queers, they're not achieving anything except depravity. But that's not where the angle that they're coming from. They're coming from an angle of arrogance with their pride, and an angle of conceit. That's where they're coming from. So their pride goes before the fall. You can have pride. You can take pride, like I take pride in my work, right? There's an achievement there in my work, right? In your work. There's a level of satisfaction, the pleasure and honor derived from one's own accomplishments. But with the queers, there's arrogance. You can be a chef and not be arrogant, but still have pride. You have respect, you have dignity, a healthy, reasonable sense of one's own worth as a character, and having boundaries. The queers have no boundaries. I don't know if they have character, I doubt it. It's shitty if they do. And they have an exaggerated sense of superiority, leading to haughty behavior of contempt for others. Yeah. The confused gender community, much like the demon craps, have a contempt for others. They are very arrogant. They if you disagree with them or not like them, they can't stand you. They like to foist how they are on you and on the culture, and you've seen that. You've seen it over the years. You've seen the 0.03% of wherever the confused gender community is. Their shit foisted culture. The Budweiser, Dylan Mulvaney on the Budweiser, it all backfired, but still you've seen that. And so right here, you have that same thing. You have the Major League Baseball constantly pushing this bullshit, this pride shit, this woke shit, and you have players pushing back. Pitcher Landon Roop of the Giants wrote that Genesis 12:16 on his cap. When asked about his cap following the game, Roop told reporters that it's just about God's covenant and a promise that he makes to us, that, his faithfulness and his mercy. That's just kind of something I believe in, and I stand firm in that. And I'm thankful we live in a country where, we have the freedom to believe what we want and express what we want. Major League Baseball weighed in, warning. Major League Baseball said, "Look, mofos, you want to put Bible verses on your cap? That you can't deface our uniforms." This is what Major League Baseball said. You could deface it because it's approved by Major League Baseball with the Fagala, confused gender, satanic Sodom and Gomorrah shit logos on there for pride. But you can't counter that with a Bible verse. MLB endorses their pride logo on the baseball caps. Okay? That's big thumbs up. Players, you can wear that all day long. That's what MLB said. But if you dare put a Bible verse countering that, well, you're defacing your uniform. You're not defacing it. They're not defacing it by putting something so sick and depraved as the pride on there, right? Rainbow and shit like that. That's not defacing it, said MLB. But if you dare write on a Bible verse on there, then you're defacing it. So it's okay to have the Sodom and Gomorrah, satanic, pride, confused gender logos on the baseball cap, according to MLB. But don't you dare put a Bible verse on there. Don't you dare. That's not approved by MLB. AAG Harmeet Dillon. That's actually a woman. Her name is Harmeet Dillon in Congress. She's conservative, but I can't get over the Harmeet is your first name. Your last name is Dillon. Dillon. Anyway. Oh, Harmeet, you're so... No, come on, man. Anyway. Person in Congress, government official, Harmeet Dillon, this is what she said on X. Swing and a miss. Major League Baseball encouraged players to wear Black Lives Matter on the uniforms, but reportedly threatened Christians who wrote Bible verses on their hats. Yeah. So, there's that. You have some players that are protesting this woke nonsense. But MLB sent a warning to them saying, don't you dare deface the uniform. our sacred uniform with a Bible verse. Don't you dare deface it. Or else. You better wear that pride, confused gender logo with pride. Or else. But we still have some that are pushing back. So there you go. There's that.